Namaste, everyone. Myself Aryan, and this is my first video on this channel. I hope you all enjoy. Please do not forget to like and share my video, and please subscribe to my channel. So, today I'm going to talk about my recent visit to Karnataka Chitrakala Parishath in Bengaluru. Now, those who do not know about this place, this is a college of fine arts located in Bengaluru, Karnataka. So, let us begin. Now, I'm going to introduce you to a person whom some of you may be familiar with. Unfortunately, I do not have his picture, but you can pause the video and read about him if you want to know more about his life, his his contributions. I'm going to explain you in brief about him. Uh, MS Chandrasekhar, he is an artist from Karnataka, but not just any ordinary artist. He has left an indelible mark on the cultural landscape of Karnataka through his prolific artistic career and numerous achievements. His oil paintings are very popular, and one of his great contributions include reproduction of the Ajanta murals. Now, I'm sure many of you may have heard of the Ajanta and Ellora caves in Maharashtra. The it contains cave paintings of Buddhist, Hindu, and Jain figures, and it was built somewhere around 2nd century BCE. He reproduced those paintings through his through his own hands, and I'm going to show you two of them. Now, this is one of his work. If you look carefully into the painting, you'll understand that this is a recreation of the Ajanta cave paintings. You can understand the level of the amount of hard work, skill, and dedication and time that has been spent by the artist in recreating such a piece of work. But I want to dive deeper into this piece of art because it tells us something very important. Now, if you look deeper into this painting, it tells you about the society of that period where ordinary people didn't used to cover their much of the body with clothing. Then they left the upper part of the body exposed, as you see here, including the woman. I mean, the painting here is of it depicts two women, and the woman on the right side has her upper part exposed. Now, this may sound sensitive and uncomfortable for some audience, but let me be clear before you get disturbed. This is a recreation of a painting that was already present in the Ajanta caves built around 6th century BCE. It simply depicts the society of that period. That's how society was during that period, and we cannot classify this as something, whether it was a bad practice or a right practice, but that's how the society was. I mean, today's society and the society of that period of our country was very different, and it tells you how we have changed, maybe because of the European colonization or the Turkic invasions. Maybe that has caused cultural changes. If you look at the second painting, it tells you the same thing. In the center, there's a man with the crown in his head, and everyone around him are all female, and all of them are dressed in almost the same way. They have the upper part exposed, and they're not covering the upper part of the body. Moving to the next painting, this is from Odisha. It is called as Patachitra. This is a traditional form of painting from Odisha. Now, Pattachitra simply translates to cloth painting, cloth, kapre mein draw karna, and it is quite popular, a very popular form of artwork, not just in Odisha, but even parts of West Bengal and Bangladesh also. We can see such kind of paintings. Now, if you look at the painting here, this is telling you a story. Now, in generally, what happens? People like us in the 21st century, how do we come to know about the story? We come to know about a story either by listening or through reading. We read books to understand any kind of story. It could be fiction, non-fiction, it could be about history. But that's how it is in the 21st century. We either listen to or read. In this case, you just have to see a painting to understand a story. The painting is telling you a story. If you look carefully, in the edges of the painting, there are boxes there. The boxes together form a rectangular, and each of the boxes is telling you a story, different story. And in between, if you come inside of the rectangle, there are other spaces also where there are some deities and people and animals are shown, which is also telling you another set of stories. And inside there is a circle. Inside the circle you can see boxes there where some deities are represented, and an elephant is there in the center of the circle. Now it may take you few seconds to understand, or maybe a minute to understand what story the painting is telling you about, but I believe it's a very beautiful form of communication, of telling, of passing messages from generations after generation. That's the beauty of Indian art, of Indian culture. The next painting is also from Odisha, and if you look carefully, this one seems to depict a temple. And inside the gate, there's a gate there in the center, and inside the gate, you can see Lord Krishna standing there with his flute. And in the side of the gate, you can see there are small spaces where I would say idols are kept, smaller idols of various deities, and the whole thing looks more like a temple. But I would say if a person had to make a real life temple out of this painting in the 21st century, would have been not next to impossible, because of the way the temple has been showed here. And it tells you also the kind of imagination the people had when they drew this painting. But it is a very wonderful piece of art. The next painting is not Indian, of course. This is by a European. It was drawn by European, but I don't have the name of the artist, unfortunately. But the art is the way you interpret this art is up to your imagination. You can see a man riding a horse, and in the background you can see some kind of structure. You can consider this as hills or sand dunes, and the person seems to be going somewhere. You can see the person, he's wearing a cape, and it could be that it's some taking the event is taking place somewhere in the medieval or ancient era. And like how I interpret this is that it is some kind of a dream. A man is going somewhere in search of something, and the weather around him, the climate around him is hot, but it's very beautiful. You get, summer vibes after looking at this. Like, that's how I interpret it. The next slide depicts a woman in her traditional attire, and if you can see her face, judging by her face, you can tell that she's from Northeast. Well, the painting is drawn by a Bengali, and unfortunately, I don't have his name again. But the painting depicts a Lepcha woman, Lepcha are a tribe residing in the Sikkim, in the Indian state of Sikkim, and the Darjeeling region of West Bengal, in the northern part of West Bengal. So that's a depiction of a Lepcha woman drawn by a Bengali artist who went to that region and drew this painting. The group of paintings you see are all from West Bengal. These are Bengali style paintings, and these are not very ancient. These are like 100 to 200 years old. And if you look at the left hand side, the group of paintings arranged in a row, these paintings depict the story of Ramayana, and the paintings in the center and the right hand side depict ordinary people during in their daily life. Like in one of them, you can see in the center there's a painting of a temple. So these are drawn by Bengali artists in Bengal. So I hope you all enjoyed this video, and if you did, then please don't forget to like my video and share, and please do subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon. I'll be back with more videos. Thank you.